To deliver our next tech showcase, let's hear from Yamuna Jayaratne, Director of Sales and Marketing at Port City Colombo. Yamuna will give us a guided tour of a smart city in action. Let's take a look.
Ayubowan, and welcome to Port City Colombo, the gateway to South Asia. I am Yamuna Jayaratne, Director Sales and Marketing for Port City Colombo. It is my pleasure to welcome you. Before we deep dive into the details of Port City, let's take a closer look at where we are, the pearl of the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka. This island nation, located in the Indian Ocean, is truly a wonder to behold. I call it home. It has a rich history with its documented history dating back over 3,000 years. Diverse natural environments from picturesque beaches to tropical jungles, wild safaris to the cool climes of the hill country. Its people, a population of 21 million, are known for their hospitality and welcoming nature. Recent rankings in 2019 by Lonely Planet denotes Sri Lanka as the #1 location to visit in the world. It is a testament to what the country has to offer. It's a given. It's paradise to live in. Let's now dive in to why Sri Lanka is such a great place to invest and do business. Strategic location. Situated at the crossroads of major shipping routes to South Asia, connecting the East and the West. Furthermore, Sri Lanka is strategically located in the Belt and Road Initiative, dubbed as the project of the century, providing access to over 78 countries, 60% of the world's population, contributing over 35% of the world's GDP. Access to key markets. Sri Lanka has entered into many free trade agreements. These open opportunities to access markets of over 2 billion people. We have also signed 28 bilateral investment promotion and protection treaties and 44 avoidance of double taxation treaties. Sri Lanka boasts an educated and adaptable workforce. As per the last census in 2018, we have an 8.5 million workforce with a 3.3% year-on-year growth. 93% adult literacy is a reflection of the government's commitment to providing free and quality education from primary leading all the way to tertiary education. We produce over 20,000 graduates every year and boast the largest pool of qualified accountants next to UK. Fast developing infrastructure. Sri Lanka has one of the best connected road networks connecting every corner of the island. In terms of road and rail, Sri Lanka's transport system is based on a road network of approximately 100,000 kilometers and a rail network of about 2,000 kilometers, linking Colombo with the rest of the country. Notable recent developments are the Southern Expressway connecting Colombo and Mathura in the deep south and the Katunayaka-Colombo Expressway connecting with the airport. Nearing completion is the Outer Circular Highway in the Western Province, the Central Expressway which links Colombo and the hill capital of Kandy, and the Southern Expressway extension. In terms of ports, located at the intersection of major international shipping routes, Colombo Port is considered the busiest port in South Asia, and according to Alphaliner rankings, it is rated as the 23rd best port in the world. Airports. The Bandaranaike International Airport is the main international airport in Sri Lanka with connectivity to major routes and 100 cities around the world. The Mattala Rajapaksa International Airport is Sri Lanka's second international airport, located in the southern province of the country. The Bandaranaike Airport is currently undergoing expansion, ensuring improved convenience, facilities and increased capacity upon completion. In terms of information and telecommunications sector, Sri Lanka's ICT sector has been ahead of its regional peers for a significant period. Sri Lanka was ranked 25th among the top 50 global outsourcing destinations in 2019 by AT Kearney and has grown significantly over the past decade. It is on this backdrop that we have a new modern metropolis that emerges from the sea, providing one of the most promising investment opportunities, not just in Sri Lanka, but in the region. We introduce to you Port City Colombo, the gateway to South Asia. What's the watchword in real estate? Location, location, location. Earlier in our presentation, we touched on Sri Lanka as a location. Now, let's talk about Colombo and most importantly, Port City's location in relation to Colombo. Colombo is the country's economic heart and its entertainment capital. It already boasts many luxury hotels, award-winning restaurants, the country's main retail destination. It is a green city with modern medical care facilities and schools. Port City Colombo is really an extension to the commercial heart of Colombo. It is accessible within 30 minutes from the Bandaranayake International Airport via the Colombo-Katunayake Expressway and connects with the south via the Outer Circular Southern Expressway. Walking through the gates of Port City, let's now take a look at this ambitious project. Spanning 269 hectares of land reclaimed from the sea, Port City Colombo will be South Asia's premier residential, retail and business destination. The development will comprise of 5 different precincts. Its lifestyle and business offerings will include world-class facilities. Port City Colombo is positioned as a multi-services hub with high-quality public spaces and future-ready infrastructure. Let us now explore the project's investment structure. The total investment comes from Czech Port City Colombo, a fully owned subsidiary of China Harbour Engineering Company, which in turn is fully owned by China Communications and Constructions Company. This is a Fortune 500 company with offices in over 140 countries, employing over 120,000 direct employees, listed in the Hong Kong and Shanghai Stock Exchange. The company's regional headquarters is located in Sri Lanka. A few iconic projects successfully completed by the mother company include the Hong Kong Airport, consisting of 1,600 hectares, and Malaysia Penang Second Crossing Sea Bridge. A tripartite agreement was signed between the Government of Sri Lanka, UDA and the project company in 2016. As per the said agreement, the responsibilities that lie with the project company would be the completion of all land reclamation work, construction of breakwater and infrastructure within the reclaimed land. The project company is also committed to form the estate management company with the Government of Sri Lanka, ensuring the upkeep and maintenance of the city's common areas are on par with the best cities of the world. The total investment committed by the project company is $1.4 billion, with over $980 million having already been invested by the project company by December 2020. It is the largest ever FDI project to be implemented in Sri Lanka thus far. All lands reclaimed by the project company shall be owned by the Government of Sri Lanka. From the total land extent of 269 hectares, 116 hectares amounting to 43% is leased to the project company on a 99-year lease, forming the project company's marketable land. 62 hectares amounting to 23% form the government's direct marketable land portion. The remaining 91 hectares, its common area, is also retained by the Government of Sri Lanka. The Government of Sri Lanka will also own 13 hectares of beach, 80 hectares of waterways and 109 hectares of swim lagoon. In order to recover investment made by the project company, it will sell its leasehold rights to investors looking to invest in the land and the ensuing vertical developments. Such third-party investors will directly enter into a master lease with the government of Sri Lanka or the Port City Commission once established. The government of Sri Lanka is committed to providing all utility and infrastructure connections to the periphery of the site. The best international and local consultants have formed a formidable team in ensuring this city of the future stands on award-winning construction foundations. The master plan was initially developed by Sweco of Sweden in 2015 and then later revised in 2017 by Sabana Jurong, master planners for the city of Singapore. In this master plan city, we find 5 distinct precincts with its own unique characteristics. The Marina Precinct, comprising of a mix of marina, residential and hospitality property. This would be the very first luxury marina in Sri Lanka. It has the capacity to berth approximately 200 to 220 luxury yachts. It hopes to attract luxury yachts and super yachts that sail by the island, as well as attract international regattas and luxury boat shows. It will be a key facility in attracting ultra-high net worth individuals to Port City and Sri Lanka. Moving on to the financial precinct, this precinct would be the urban heart and the main retail destinations where business and pleasure come together in a world-class commercial district. In terms of built space, it would be home to the tallest vertical structures extending to almost 350 meters within Port City. This precinct will have the highest density in terms of built space and will constitute of A-grade office buildings, a commercial boulevard and a CBD plaza. The financial district will house its own linear green parks. Adjacent to the financial district, we find the Central Park Precinct. This is the quintessential green lung of Port City. Enjoy nature in the heart of the city. Cycle, run, stroll and picnic in a lush oasis. We envisage this precinct to be of medium density with an eclectic mix of residential and commercial property. The best feature within this precinct would be the Central Park, a lush green tropical park with an extent of 35 hectares. The project company has already planted over 1,000 trees, paying special attention to protecting flora that is endemic to Sri Lanka. An internal saltwater channel that meanders through the land divides the Central Park Precinct into 2. Imagine marina activities, waterfront cafes, water taxis and boat rides along this picturesque water channel. To the north of Port City, we have the International Island Precinct. This is called the International Island as we envisage that this precinct would be the key area where the world meets Port City. And this precinct would house the most socially important and strategic and catalytic developments. This precinct would house an international convention center that would cater to a minimum of 3,000 to 5,000 delegates with multi-purpose and flexible exhibition space, auditoriums and meeting rooms coupled with state-of-the-art facilities and modern tech. In addition to this, we would also have a school, an international school with a brand name of global repute. We envisage the school would house a capacity of minimum 1,000 students with over 500 resident students. Studies and surveys done by leading international property companies have proven time and time again that the key consideration for residential property purchase by Asian HNIs are motivated by access to world-class education. We are creating an opportunity within Port City to attract these students to Sri Lanka by providing a safe and secure destination closer to home with the same quality of education. Availability of such facilities would continue to drive secondary demand for residential real estate. The international island will also have an international healthcare facility. Here again, the vision is to attract an international brand with a global reputation for excellence in healthcare. Not only do we curb the outflow of funds from the country for medical care, we would also be widening the scope in attracting medical tourism into the country. With 15 hectares being the largest parcel of land within Port City, we envisage a world-class entertainment and themed resort to be developed within this precinct. The fifth and final precinct within Port City is the Island Living Precinct, where the charm of living in a lush tropical island nation is truly captured, where beachfront luxury residential villas and resorts accessing an uninterrupted 2-kilometer beach. Island Living Precinct would consist mainly of residential developments, secondary parks with a medium to low density. Let us now look at transport within the city. The main boulevard of Port City is connected to a network of motorways, green shaded walkways and dedicated bicycle lanes. An elevated LRT is envisaged to be constructed connecting to the mainland LRT, subject to the same being executed. The main boulevard and the main LRT stations within Port City will be accessible within a 400-meter radius from any corner of Port City. Moving on from the 5 precincts, let us now take a look at the plot plan of Port City. The entirety of Port City is divided into 74 parcels of land. And as per the master plan, each parcel of land has a well-defined type of development. This map, providing the plot breakdown in the master plan, provides a clear color-coded breakdown based on the principal types of development that can be built on each plot. The red parcels of land, for example, are destined for commercial developments, while the orange is envisaged for mixed-use development. Yellow indicates residential development, so on and so forth. In the master plan, we have 4 parcels dedicated for hospitality, indicated in blue in the said master plan. The user matrix applicable for the entertainment parcel of land permit the construction of a star-class hotel that would serve to complement the themed resort and the entertainment expected to be developed on the said plot. The total estimated build space upon completion of all vertical construction within Port City is slated to be 6.3 million square meters. In terms of types of build space, we can see the breakup of key real estate asset classes, with 50% of space being residential property. In terms of constructing this reclaimed land, rigorous tests were conducted and every possible caution was taken to minimize the negative impact on the environment. Regulation of all vertical developments will take place in accordance with the DCR. The project commissioned Sabana Jurong to prepare a detailed design control regulations or DCR. All developments within Port City will need to adhere to the conditions stipulated in the said DCR, including certain parameters related to building designs and specifications. It is important to note that the Port City Master Plan can only be changed by mutual consultation and agreement between the project company and the government of Sri Lanka. With such controls in place, you can rest assured that the ambience that you invest in, ever so important in real estate, will be maintained. Furthermore, the controlled supply of real estate with the limits on total GFA that can be built will contribute to the surging value of real estate. We have now walked through the hard infrastructure and the overall project. So it's a great piece of real estate. But we know that as an investor, you need a more compelling investment environment. In order to enhance its competitiveness, in the global market and to create an enclave of excellence, the government of Sri Lanka recently enacted the Port City Economic Commission Bill. So how do we achieve this dream utopia? The first few giant steps in the right direction has already been taken. The Port City Economic Commission Bill will form the framework that will be the catalyst in creating a globally competitive, business-friendly enclave within the Port City's area of authority. With the operation of this Act, Colombo Port City land that was vested with the UDA shall stand vested with the Commission. This 5 to 7 member commission, referred to as the Colombo Port City Economic Commission, shall be in charge of its administration, regulation and control of all matters connected with the business and maintenance within Port City. The framework law was passed in Parliament by a simple majority last month on the 20th of May 2021. Tax-friendly regime. All companies that are registered as an offshore company to operate in and from the Colombo Port City shall be deemed as a non-resident company for the purposes of the Inland Revenue Act. Investors can be provided up to a 40-year guarantee on zero taxes on corporate income taxes and profits, and benefits would be further enhanced by Sri Lanka's double taxation avoidance treaties with 44 other countries. Businesses that have been identified as a business of strategic importance, which would ensure the success of the objectives of the zone as well as in the interest of the advancement of national economy, will be provided with exemptions or incentives to attract such businesses into the special economic zone. Sri Lanka already enjoys a 70 to 80% cost benefit in doing business in comparison with more mature established markets. This cost benefit would further be enhanced with no compromise on quality for any investor to do business operating within the Port City Special Economic Zone. 100% foreign ownership. All registered entities within Port City can enjoy 100% foreign ownership. As an interim measure, companies will have the opportunity to establish a business presence from a designated location in Sri Lanka outside Port City during the first 5 years from the date of the enactment of the Act. Businesses that are authorized will be entitled to all privileges entitled to a business operating within the area of authority of Port City. Port City-based companies face no restrictions on capital convertibility and face no constraints on capital or profit repatriation. The procedure and regulations applicable to the conversion of Sri Lankan rupees within Port City into any other designated foreign currency is to be approved by the Parliament. The said Act places key emphasis on investment protection. With regard to all investments, no registration, license, authorization, permit or approval granted by the Commission in compliance with the Act may be terminated or amended in any manner detrimental to the investor, other than upon the expiry or completion of the period such licenses and approvals have been provided for. At present, the World Bank Group ranks Sri Lanka as number 2 in the region and 28th in the world for protecting minority investors in the Doing Business report, whilst benchmarking against the South Asian region and globally across 190 economies respectively. This is a true glimpse of what Sri Lanka and Port City has to offer an investor. We will now take a closer look at the project timeline. 2016 saw the commencement of land reclamation work, with commencement of infrastructure work starting in 2018. 2019 saw the completion of land reclamation work in marine structures. By 2020-2022, we expect infrastructure work, beach and Central Park to be completed. By 2023-24, we hope to see the marina, the international school and healthcare facility to commence operations. by 2025, we expect the Colombo International Financial Centre to open its doors to the public. Building Port City Colombo into its envisioned metropolis is expected to span another 20 years, with the city reaching completion by 2041. Let me enlighten you a bit more on the very first investment into a key strategic development of Port City. This development will be branded as an international financial centre, located adjacent to the main ingress into Port City. This iconic development will house approximately 480,000 square feet of prime A-grade office space, approximately 180,000 square feet of retail space, which will include the only downtown duty-free in Sri Lanka, and approximately 600 residential apartments and 200 serviced residencies. The agreement was finalized in 2020 between Brown's Investment and Czech Port City Colombo Private Limited. Groundbreaking for the Colombo International Financial Centre, or CIFC, is expected to take place within this year. We will now take a closer look at a few opportunities available for investors. As the project company, it is imperative to note that we are open to making any parcel within our purview to market available to any serious potential investor. However, I will take this opportunity to present two unbeatable opportunities currently available at Port City. The first parcel of land I would like to present is the only exclusive waterfront villa plot. Plot 20110 constitutes of a total area of 108,944 square meters, or 10.8 hectares, and is the second largest parcel of land within Port City. It is also the only exclusive landed villa plot that would undoubtedly form the most exclusive residential neighbourhood, not only in Sri Lanka, but possibly in the region. This parcel is away from the hustle and bustle of the city, but still conveniently located within close proximity to the theme resort, entertainment and hotel. This parcel of land faces a wide waterfront with direct access to Port City's 109 hectares of swim lagoon. It is located right next to the largest secondary green park within Port City. Its residents will enjoy the luxury of stunning private space within walking distance from the longest uninterrupted beach in Colombo. The second opportunity I would like to present to you is one of the 4 dedicated hospitality parcels within Port City. This plot is located in the southeast corner of the Island Living District, overlooking the Marina District. The hotel is located at the starting point of the beach and offers great panoramic views of the existing CBD and the marina. Being on the shoreline, breathtaking sea views are a given. Given its prime location, the architecture of the building is conceived to be iconic. As per the user matrix, majority of the building would be for hotel use, while ground levels can house a retail podium. The above highlighted investment opportunities are just some of the multitude of options that may be found at Port City. Detailed information can be found on the project company's website. Alternatively, do contact us on the following numbers. You've heard from us. Now, we would like to hear from you. Thank you for your time and interest. Let this be the first of many conversations. Be a part of South Asia's future city and a catalyst in changing the course of a nation. Invest in Port City, the gateway to South Asia. Ayubowan.